Animal Farm is my least favorite book that I've ever read. And a lot of people don't have a least favorite book, but they probably just haven't read Animal Farm yet. Hi. Oh, that was a very low energy. um, Hi. Ignore, ignore this. Just ignore first the camera quality and just the general messiness, my environment. Um, my room is too messy to find my camera. Uh, I don't have the emotional energy to clean my room. So we're really at a stalemate, and this is just how it's going to be. Because I could find my laptop, and it is a webcam. So, I wanted to start with 3 books. I lost them, because have you seen this place? Um, oh, they're right here. I was going to say, we'll get to them when I find them. Um, these are 3 books that I've actually had in a stack to like go to Goodwill for a while. I set them aside before the pandemic started. Not even, no, after the pandemic started, but like just after, and Goodwill was like closed. Even if it was open, I didn't want to go. So I was like, whenever it's over, I'll take them there. It's not over, but it's been 18 months, so I'm just gonna take them. I honestly cannot even tell you what this is about. It's All's Fair in Love and Cupcakes by Betsy St. Amant and Lisa Kleypas, Devil in Spring. I think I, like 2 years ago now, went through like a mass market paperback, think convenience store romance phase. It was very short lived, but I have these 2 books left over from it, and I'm never going to read them. This one is actually the 3rd book in the series. Did I read the first 2? No. Uh, this one, I think, actually was bought to get free shipping off of the used book website. This one is actually pretty old. It's Speaker for the Dead by Orson Scott Card. I own this book because when I went to buy Ender's Game, um, a like kind of cute guy flirted with me in line about the book I was buying, and he really loved Ender's Game. After I read it, I thought it was horrible, but because he was cute, I was like, he really liked the second one, and he was like, the second one is so much better. So I went and bought the second one, and it was not so much better. And Orson Scott Card is like a monster, so I'm getting rid of it. This one is another one. I can just see I want to get rid of this right away. It is The Coddling of the American Mind, How Good Intentions and Bad Ideas Are Setting Up a Generation for Failure by Greg Lukianoff and Jonathan Haidt. This was a book I had to buy for class because it was a guest lecture, so you could rent it from the bookstore. And it ended up being not the worst, but like the worst extracurricular I've ever taken in my entire academic career. Um, it was a hot mess. Quote from the back cover: Something has been going wrong on many college campuses in the last few years. Speakers are shouted down. Students and professors say they are walking on eggshells and are afraid to speak honestly. Rates of depression and anxiety are rising. How did this happen? First Amendment expert Greg Lukianoff and social psychologist Jonathan Haidt investigate many social trends that have intersected to cause the spread of these new problems on campus. Yeah. Not for me. Didn't read it for the class. Won't read it for fun on my own time, obviously. Or at least I hope, obviously. I hope I don't give off those vibes. While we're on the theme of books I bought because cute guys were talking about them, I was sitting in one of the lounges on college this year, and I kid you not, the two guys I like, were talking about how much they both loved this book, and I was there and I hadn't read the book, so I couldn't be in on the conversation. Never again. I'm reading the whole series. They liked the series. They were talking about it in particular, but this is the first one. It's Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. It's high fantasy. Why am I hauling it? I'm keeping this one, obviously. This one's kind of new. I think I bought it. Just exposing myself. I bought it like a month or two ago. I have The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy by J.R.R. Tolkien. It was on sale, and I was like, I should probably read this at some point. Also, they're all available on audiobook from the library, so I feel like they'll be pretty easy to bang out. They're kind of short, so I feel like it'd be nice to have some short ones to make me feel like I'm achieving something. I am, by the way, 21 books behind on my Goodreads reading challenge right now, so some short books would be helpful here. Speaking of short books, this one actually goes with a long book, but it's short by itself. This is a 1984 by George Orwell. I did think this was 1984. Literally just 10 seconds ago, I saw my dad had like a vintage copy of this on his bookshelf that was in the hallway, and it was like way cuter than this one. But I can't steal it because you get upset with me. It's fine though. I'll have my ugly, like $3 mass market paperback copy. 1984. I'm not gonna tell you what it's about because you should know. Ariel Bassett Sands don't count for me. Do they even exist, Ariel Bassett Sands? I guess I'll find out. Or I probably won't because someone watches these. But Animal Farm is my least favorite book that I've ever read. And a lot of people don't have a least favorite book, but they probably just haven't read Animal Farm yet, is my opinion on that. This book I saw on Ariel Bassett's channel, actually. This is the prettiest book I've ever seen. It's like a serialized edition of IQ 84 by Haruki Murakami. And I like Japanese literature. I think it's fun. I've read some. It's been good. It's just so gorgeous. It's in like the clear slipcase with like the pink and the purple, and it's a face and it's a planet. It's just so cute. But it's a retelling of 1984. And I feel like if I'm gonna commit to reading a like 1,000-page book, I want to like get the full experience. So I should probably commit to reading like the 300-page book that it's a retelling of first. You know? But I'm keeping these because, well, I wouldn't keep this one, but I have to keep this one, and this one goes with this one. So. The Scarlet Letter. I started it forever ago. I annotated the first couple pages. This is when I was like in a weird mood where I was like, I'm gonna read a classic a month. That went nowhere. I didn't even finish the first month. But I don't know why. I was like, because I never read this for school because I went to like an actual really good school where the English department like made an effort to have us read like an actual equal representation of books by like women and authors of color, and so this just didn't make it on the syllabus. But so I never read it for school, and for some reason in my mind, like everyone talks about it, I think I had just watched like Easy A the movie, and the main character in Easy A really liked like this book, so I was like, maybe I'll like it too. Because I like kind of liked the movie Easy A, but also not really, but it was fine. Um, yeah, I'm getting rid of it. I'm not gonna read it. Barack Obama's biography. It's staying, obviously. Michelle's was good. Michelle's, I love Michelle's. As you can see, I started Barack's. It was not as good. I was disappointed and I had to put it down. But now that I know what to expect, I feel like I can read it. You know, I just needed a moment to mourn that it was this good. It's fine. I mean, not everyone can be as good, even if they're your husband. So these are books I stole from public spaces on campus that I found. Like my floor from where I live at school has a lounge where people leave stuff they don't want. And I'm telling you, these are just two I hadn't read. There is someone who I shared a floor with who I don't know who has like the exact same reading taste as me, because the amount of books that I found in the lounge that were like on my TBR, things I wanted to buy or things I was interested in reading, just sitting there. After rewatching that clip, I promise I wasn't like actually stealing. I didn't explain it very well, but it's like a little free library system that was in the lounge that my like living learning community like had set up. Like I wasn't like sneaking in there and like stealing people's stuff when they were like leaving to go to the bathroom. Like they left it there for people to take. I'm not a burglar. I was just using the amenities that were made available to me. Yeah, you don't have to call the police. This is what this is for. just that. The two unread ones that I have left are The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. I'm really sorry if I said that wrong. I really wanted to read City of Brass for a while. I was actually like pretty much in my Amazon cart when I found this. But is it a good omen that they didn't like it enough to keep it? I don't know. But a lot of people on the internet like it. So maybe my long lost reading twin just couldn't get around to this one. And then Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I loved Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie and all her little essay collections that I read all of them before I found out that she does not necessarily like trans women. Hi again. I feel like I was just, I guess, really not on my game in this section of the video, but how do I talk about this? I don't even know how to talk about it now. But long story short, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie is a controversial author because of comments she's made relating to trans women. I'm not super up to date on the situation. I'm not really actively following it. I did really like her essay collection stuff that I read before I knew there was stuff going on with her relating to like, being a TERF. I don't know. I'm not like a part of the trans community, so I don't really have like a lot of input on the severity of what she said and how good her apology was and that kind of thing. So I don't know. But I don't know. I guess you should just be aware. I just like always feel bad because she's a woman of color, and then I always feel like women of color, whenever they do something, it's always like the backlash is like 9 million times worse than if like a woman not of color, a white woman, I guess, then a woman not of color, did it. So it's like, I don't know. It's a complicated situation. But anyway, I haven't read the book yet still. So. But I don't think there's been hints in the video, but this was filmed in August.
and I'm probably gonna upload it later today in March. So
This one, High Risers by Ben Austen, who was a white man. You'll see why I pointed out in a second. Was given to me for free from my university, and it is about like a neighborhood in Chicago. It's about, now that I've figured out how to say it in one concise way, it's about the disparities between white neighborhoods, historic white neighborhoods in Chicago, and the neighborhoods of people of color in Chicago. I'm torn. Because, like, I like books about Chicago because it's, like, the best city in the US. You can't argue because it's the truth. Don't even bother. But I don't know if I really necessarily want to read a book about, like, race disparity written by a white man. Hmm. I will hold on to it just in case. These books were bought for a video that will never be, because it's been like way too long now, and now other people have started releasing videos on it because I waited like 4 or 5 months to start like doing it, and I just wasn't in the mood. And I think I'm starting to realize like I don't like doing videos like this, but like I like to control what I read.
the video that I like allude to here, it's not really important, but like if I were me watching the video, I would want to know. It was like a video that I started making literally like a year ago from now, and it was like about book talk. And so I like had a section where I like scrolled through book talk on my phone on like a screen recording, and like I bought like the most recommended books from book talk, like as far as I can tell, because on TikTok like you can sort by like most viewed under a hashtag. So I just like read those and then like looked at book talks. I actually kind of like the footage of me like scrolling through book talk, and that's there. But like I said in the video, I'm not sure I want to do the like um, reading portion anymore because I like to pick what I read. I'm like a mood reader. And so also like been there, done that. Like when I was planning the video, like no one had done a book talk video on YouTube yet. I was like, ooh, I think it'll be like a big trend, and it was. But then the trend happened, and I missed it because I.
But actually, I'm gonna hold on to all these because I do think all of these are promising. They're like books that are really big on TikTok right now. A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khalil Hosseini. I think I said that right. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. And They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera, which has like an ugly thing on it. It's for that book that like everyone said was really horrible by Adam Silvera, Infinity Song. Plus, they're all available as audiobooks on Libby, and they're pretty short, so I think I could get through them. So YA. Except I'm not sure this one is YA, but it's pretty close. I think it's borderline at least. This book, Rage by Bob Woodward, was a it's just like my mom when she finishes books, and if she like even if she really likes them, she just doesn't want them. She's like not a collector of books like I am. She knows I am, so whenever she finishes a book, she just like puts it in my room. So this one was just sitting on my shelf one day when I got home. It's like your typical Trump is sketchy, he's a horrible person, um, and here's even more evidence against him. One of those books. My mom loves these books. I don't care for them. I Like, I already know that Trump is a disgusting excuse for a human being. I don't need to spend hours of my time reading a book devoted to him, even if it is negative. You know what I mean? I'm not really a fan of like hate watching stuff either. It's just not me. I have Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. Excited to read this. Haven't gotten to it yet. I don't know what to say. I think that is actually a first edition. I think I pre-ordered this. Did I? It is. Yes. It's cute. Oh, it's headphones. I thought it was like a centipede or something. Gosh. It has pretty end pages. It does annoy me though that the finish of Rule of Wolves is matte and the finish of King of Scars is like metallic. They don't look good together. This is the only Leigh Bardugo book. Oh no, I haven't read her like short story collection. I take it back. But I did really love King of Scars. I know a lot of people had mixed feelings, but I really liked it. I thought it was good. I also like I'm not more attached to like the Six of Crows characters than the Shadow and Bone characters. So I think that helped. I think if you were going in for like Six of Crows stuff, you would have been disappointed like all those people were, but because the Six of Crows section I remember was a little disappointing to be honest, but the Shadow and Bone character section was very good. And I enjoyed it. So I'm excited for the second one. Also, I hate to admit this, but I do kind of think the Darkling is like a little hot. So I'm like kind of excited he's back. Like, I hate that I think that, but I understand that it's horrible that I do. But at the same time, like, there is a section of my brain that's like a little excited. Anyway, speaking of that horrible section of my brain, that likes men it shouldn't, Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. I'm actually was rewatching New Moon at work today, so maybe now's the time. I'm not reading anything. I've been on a vampire book kick anyway because I've been reading the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. We don't need to talk about it. Look it up. It's may or may not be your cup of tea. Anyway, Twilight 2.0, told from Edward's perspective. He hates himself. That stuff. I read the like leaked manuscript of this. And now I'm reading the finished copy. I actually was reading this over winter break. I accidentally left it at home when I went back to school, and so then I was just like this far into it, and I probably would have to restart it now because it's been a while. No matter how many times I told my parents like, "Can you bring this book?" They would be like, "I can't find it." It was sitting like right here the whole time. That's it for the shelf. Not that you could tell because this box is in the way. All of these books were actually bought. Oh, I lied. Most of these books were actually bought on the same day at like a $1 to $2 for hardcover, $1 for paperback book sale thing that was happening in my neighborhood. And apparently I got there like 2 or 3 hours after all the resellers, so it was pretty picked over, but I got some stuff. So this is not one of the book sale books. I got Wicked Lovely by Melissa Marr. I really loved these books. Okay, it is recording. Could you imagine? There's a timer at the bottom. I really love these books. When I was in like middle school, early high school, and this one was $1. So kind of was like, why not? It's for the fact that I have literally no space on these shelves. That's not, but this is a book I own. Why is it in there? Okay, I've read that and I've had it forever. There are red books in this box. These are not TBR books. Hold on. I've read the Melissa Marr book too. That's not on my TBR. Okay, what I haven't read. Like some of these books are like old. I can even get them at the sale. That's why I showed you the Melissa Marvel because I got it at the sale. But this is because this is a haul, unhaul, and a TBR video at the same time. I am just who has the time to watch 3 different videos for all of those? Not me. I don't even have the time to make 3 different videos, let alone watch them. So this is The Voyage Out by Virginia Woolf. I don't really know much about it. I just know like Virginia Woolf's like a cool lady. But and this was the only book at the sale that they had by her that I could find. It was really kind of a mess. They might have had something else. I just couldn't find it. Ow. But apparently it's her first book, which is kind of cool. Like if I want to like read the rest of her work, I can like read it chronologically. I could. This book leaves that opportunity open to me. Anyway, I'm keeping it. It's new, obviously. Okay. This is not from the book sale, but it was in the box. This is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. It's like a fantasy based on um, Chinese mythology instead of like what most fantasy is based on Western mythology. I thought it has really good reviews. People love it. Um, Thought it would be fun. I don't know a lot about books. I just pick books off vibes. I don't know the plots. These I got all at the book sale, and it is just the entire, like, whatever it's called, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo trilogy. Or the first 3, I don't know if there's more after. They're all available on Libby. My best friend, her favorite genre is Scandinavian thriller mysteries, which is so random. But she loves them. And this is like, this book smells like cigarettes, by the way. And this is like the pinnacle of that weird subgenre. So I figured I'd read them for her. So who doesn't like a good mystery thriller? Here it is. Oh, this is a present for her. I got it at the book sale. It's not my TBR though. But it's Scandinavian humor because she like wants to be like a comedian and obviously she loves Scandinavia and like their like media and their culture. So thought you would like it. It was $1. It's also oddly niche, so I was like, what are the odds? Anyway. This is Ghost of the Watchman and To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Again, another book I never read for school, but everyone really loved it, so I thought I would try it. But this one I'm actually gonna keep because people actually liked this one, unlike the Scarlet Letter in general. It wasn't just a character in Easy A that liked it. I'm not gonna read this book, but I got it at the book sale. It's an Irish dictionary. I was feeling ambitious. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll learn Irish. I did like 2 Duolingo courses after buying this book. Thank you. Very driven. But, you know, if the mood ever arises again, this is here. I don't consider that part of my TBR. I'm not going to read the dictionary. This is Life and Death by Stephanie Meyer. Oh, wait! Oh, this is good. I was worried it's not the gross little weird flippy copy. I hated that when it came out. I'm glad this is just Life and Death. And not that whole monstrosity thing. Where it's like you flip it upside down. This was not from the book sale, this was from Target. If you can't tell from the sticker. Actually, you probably can't because the camera quality is too low. But it's from Target. The same thing I got from Target was The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Again, I'm on a vampire book kick. Like, it really didn't take much convincing. Vampire was on the cover from Target. This one was from the book sale. Jumping back over that bandwagon again. Jumping back over to that bandwagon. It's the last book, too. This is The Zookeeper's Wife by Dan Ackerman. It's about the Holocaust. Not the Holocaust, World War II. And I'm Jewish. So if I want a Jewish representation, I have to read books about World War II. So here it is. Love it. I don't know what it's about besides World War II. That convinced me alone. I was like, oh. But I did check to make sure it wasn't like one of those World War II books that's about like Nazis. I think it's about like a zookeeper who like hides Jewish people in a zoo, which sounds horrible. She's cute. That's the end though. I don't know if I'll put this video separate. I guess we'll find out. on to bigger and better things. I have to put all this back now, which is really upsetting, but that's fine. Yeah, I can't have my room be messier. I was really considering not putting it back. I'll put it back. I promise.